What up? It's Casper. Today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the movie The Godfather Part 3. Movie The Godfather Part 3 is a 1990 film. It's rated R and it's 2 hours and 42 minutes. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola. First things first, I'm just glad that I have finished all the Godfather movies. Honestly, it feels like an accomplishment. Movie is part 3, but the title is actually changed to The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone. The director, Ford Francis Coppola, changed the title because he was dealing with so much, I would say, pressure. I could only imagine just the pressure he dealt with and just the changes and just the out of nowhere thoughts that he had on, trying to make this as powerful and as impactful as the first two. So if you're ever looking at your streaming services, it might be a remastered version with the Coda title on it. There was many scripts for this movie. This is the chosen one, and this is what they went for. Another insane thing about this movie is the fact that the first one was 72 and then the next one was 74. So good timing on, the first two. Long time for the third one to actually come out. Robert Duvall is not in this movie. He plays the character Tom Hagen in the other movie. That's something right there that you honestly could feel in watching this movie, that some of the characters from the other one are not here. There is moments in here where it kind of feels like, where did this character come from? The daughter in this movie was one of those characters in here that felt like, where did she come from? Did I miss something from the last two? Did question myself like, whoa, where did I miss this part right here? When I finished the second film, going into the third one, that's where I was hearing the daughter this, the daughter that, and honestly I was thinking about Talia Shire having that main role in this movie, and later to find out that it's the director's daughter. Sofia Coppola plays Mary Corleone. She becomes out of nowhere kind of the main character. A lot of screen time for her. She's gonna take over the family head role after, her father Michael stepping down. So when I'm hearing from a word of mouth that the third one might throw you off a little bit, definitely that was the correct term I would actually use, is kind of throw me off. And I didn't think that it was gonna actually be the director's daughter. Very excited to get to this movie. Really wanted to see how it ended. Right away when I saw Al Pacino, Michael Corleone on screen, very excited to see that he was back. Another thing that went through my head was, whoa, where did this look come from? Couldn't believe that that's the look that they went for. His look kind of gave me like a bird vibe, where a bird has those spiky hairs on top of their head. That was something right there that I'm like, damn, I had to get adjusted to. I feel like they could have worked on his character a little bit more, give him more of that classiness, very dapper look that he had in the second one and the first one as well. Seeing him in this position in this movie, a very interesting perspective, to be honest. So going with the storyline, basically he's trying to have his family out of the crime world and stay more low-key so that his family can be safe. He's involved with doing business still, but it's kind of like in a cleaner way. Storyline is based off that, but then we have the daughter as well taking over the family bit by bit while you're watching this movie. There's stuff in the storyline that kind of made my mind wander. The storyline is not confusing, but the storyline as well made me feel like I was seeing a lot of different things at once and trying to understand a lot of character dialogue. The wife is back in this movie, so there is appreciative stuff in here where bringing back from the second movie, and in this one right here, there is some lines where they are trying to refer to like characters not being involved in this one. That right there also had me thinking like, damn, they could have just at least bring back these other people. When you read a lot of stuff that when this movie was over and you found out what happened, a lot of these actors who, were the stars as well of the other Godfathers movie, they weren't brought back because budgets. A lot of these actors were basically asking for a lot of money. Overall, what you had on screen, you did appreciate, because it is a feeling where you still want to stay in tune with this Corleone family. You still want to see what's going on in their world. Seeing the daughter, have her screen time and showcase these lines, many times I'm just confused. Many times I'm trying to remember, where did I see her from the other movies? Honestly, I feel bad for her because you could just see from her facial reactions. You could see there's pressure going through her face. There is a lot of angles in this movie where they might have did a second, third take with her just so comfortability could show on screen, and definitely a lot of naturalness. Thank goodness the team behind the scenes for the costume design still did what they had to do. Her acting wasn't the best. It's the director's daughter, so he had more of the trust in her. Pretty sure he was doing his best to support his own daughter to make this storyline as realistic as possible. Whenever she had screen time and whenever the storyline's continuing on with her, it did feel awkward, especially with Andy Garcia. The Italian vibe, the culture of that era, whenever they're celebrating and having parties, all that that was good to see whenever Sophia was involved with that, because whenever she had her own screen time, that's where you can actually look at the screen and be like, damn, we can go along with this movie without her. But visually, she probably just looked the part, but being able to handle a role and say action and handle these lines, maybe could have went with somebody else. Acting wise, I'll probably give it like a 5 out of 10. Now I understand why this movie isn't the greatest out of the three. Flow of it, you still want to know what's going on with this family. Going to Al Pacino, do like his acting in this movie though. I thought it was strong. I thought it was straight mafia vibes as well. There's moments in here where he had the personality from the second movie, but you could see with the script and how this storyline is trying to tell its story that he's trying to take a little seat back. At times you're like, dang, really? You know what I mean? But he is getting older in this one. You see that age and time is catching up to him. So I think you're still gonna like what he does in here. Lines and moments with other actors to kind of not want to see him say or do, because it isn't the Godfather or Michael Corleone vibe that I would expect him to be. The choices in this movie, it's to each their own. Let me know if you liked his performance, but there is moments where I feel like I wanted a little bit more mobster, more mafia vibes. Overall, you can see what position he's trying to be in. Al Pacino performance was awesome. You're still gonna love it. After seeing this movie, makes me want to go see his Scarface movie, especially just how energetic and how powerful and in character mode he was in this movie as well. Just reminded me of a Scarface vibe. This movie has its build-ups with his character, and I'll say the last part of the movie, super in tune to this story. The last half of this movie, that's where I was like, yes, this is where exactly what I wanted. Do like the storyline. It's not the strongest Godfather, it's straightforward. Talia Shire, very hilarious how I thought this movie was about her. She did a good job with a lot of screen time. Really enjoyed her lines, really enjoyed the fact that her character brought us back in track with the last couple movies that we were watching. Really appreciated that she came back. Andy Garcia plays the character Vincent Massini. He has that mafia look. He actually did a really good job in this movie. I was actually surprised that a new character got me in tune to the movie. It was one of those points in this movie that kept this movie flowing pretty well. Really like his aggressiveness of someone at that age, being very ambitious. A lot of his direction and the lines for him, visually like, okay, this is straight mafia. So Andy Garcia, at times in this movie, I'm like, is this Al Pacino's son or something? Like, this is wild. The relationship with Michael Corleone's daughter in this movie, that was kind of weird, and the writing, I could only imagine, like, how do you come up with that? But Andy Garcia did a good job presenting this vibe, doing what he had to do. Just know him for basically going to Laker games and chilling over there. So he's one of those actors that I definitely need to catch up on his catalog. I feel like with his character, it could have gone a lot of different ways. I'm not mad at what they went with his character in here. Honestly, added more of that mafia vibe. If I were to recommend these movies, they're not 10 hours long how other people explain them. The first two are the longest ones, but it's way worth watching those movies, especially it being a family. The story is absolutely amazing, the first two. You shout out to all the characters, actors who were involved in the previous movies. Marlon Brando did an amazing job in the first one, which is still my favorite one out of all three of them. But Al Pacino handling this third role just got me more ready to see his other performances where he's just like knocking it out. Straight energy, straight just being loud, good acting. Very insane to see Al Pacino. Now he's looking like dust now, and I can't believe that he doesn't look like anything we're seeing from the movies. Appreciating that Al Pacino's still out here making movies, still making babies, which is wild. But this movie right here, super glad I saw it. So let me know what you guys thought about this movie. Was it a banger? Was it not? Which movie out of the three was the best one? After my watching the movie The Godfather Part 3 out of 10, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 8 out of 10. So that's my movie review for the movie The Godfather Part 3. Shout out to you guys for tuning into the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.